Welcome to the Wargamerist, and this is one of our Phase 1 battles for the Crusade for Karnak. I'm Grant.
And I'm Nathan.
And this is actually my first game, but it's not your first game.
No, it's my second game.
It is. So, following the repercussions of the PDF going into the Tomb World and realising it's not all as it seems,
No.
the sisters have sallied forth from their battle sanctum and said, we'll deal with this strange Xenos threat. So it's going to be Necrons defending World Sisters, hopefully come and annihilate.
Okay, so today's mission is Quantum Siege. We have 4 objectives on the table, and my job as the Necron Overlord is to stop Grant's sisters setting up a forward base, and I need to set up these defences for a orbital bombardment.
Basically putting out kind of like quantum shielding, as it were. And I think the mission is about, if you we'll put up obviously what the mission is, but basically if you end your movement on one of the objectives, you can turn off some of the shielding. And while it's on, it gives you a 5-up invuln for shooting. Yeah. While it's off, obviously it gives you nothing. So it's going to be a little kind of cat and mouse, and the attacker gets points at the end of the game for every shield that's turned off. And then I think you get more points if you've kept it on, or something like that. We'll put up the image now. But yeah, as we always do, we'll go into deployment, run through the kind of list very quickly, and crack on. Just quickly run through deployment. A little bit sparse rocks at the back for me here. So I've put a unit of Zephyrim, which are the swords, and a unit of Sephirim, which is the flamers there. Castigator behind, the Hammer of Radiance. Might have been a mistake in deployment with these, but my Sacrosants are here, so they might move up, and there's a reason why. Battle Sisters maybe get on this flank quite early on, we'll see. I get first turn, so who knows. And then in Deep Strike we have 10 Zephyrim with the Aspiring Saint, as it were, and then the Flamers, another 5 Flamers. Over to Nathan.
Okay, so I have a unit of 10 warriors with the Reaper. They're going to maybe move up and take the objective. Same over here with the Gauls Flayers, however way that goes. 10 Lynch Guard with the Overlord. 3 Scorpec Destroyers. Ozrith, my Overlord, with Translocation Shroud, and 5 Immortals with their Tesla weapons. My Doomstalker,
Big Boomba.
The Big Boomba. And I have 5 Treyarch Praetorians in Deep Strike and 5 Death Marks in Deep Strike.
Just in terms of agendas for this game, so we're aware, I have selected one from the Sisters Codex, which is called a Pious Purgation. Basically any unit that I kill gets XP. If I do it with Flamers, or if they're Psykers, I get additional XP, that kind of thing. And then I've chosen central positions, so I've got to get a character into the middle. I've got 2 characters, so we'll see if they survive and don't get sniped out. I'm also doing the Trials of the Living Saint, and that's going to be done on this particular model here. And we'll sum up at the end and see how I get on with that one. Nathan, what are your agendas? So
for my agendas, I have Territorial Imperative. So each time a Necron unit from your Crusade army destroys an enemy that started the turn within range of an objective marker, I get my Necron's unit gains 1 XP. And I also get a mini kind of cleanse with any infantry, and they get 2 XP. Cool. I've also got Reaper Tally, so every 3rd enemy I destroy, I get 1 XP.
Perfect. Just quickly about terrain, everything here counts as a ruin, so you can kind of move through it quite freely. You can't see through this, but you can move through it obviously. This also is going to count as a ruin, this giant sort of spire in the middle, so you can't shoot through it, so you can hide kind of quite conveniently either side of it. These big blocks count as ruins as well. You can move through them as the ruins rules. So first turn, I'm just going to have to try and move up here to get on some of these objectives, because you score primary in your first command phase. I don't get anything, but what I want to do is to be on at least 1 objective, because Nathan's on that one there, to stop him getting another 5 points for more than. So as long as I'm on 1 by the end of this turn, it's in a better place than it was. I think in Crusade you can Deep Strike turn 1, but we're going to nerf that to turn 2, because that seems a bit crazy. So let's get into it. So Ender Sisters turn 1, I've just sort of moved everything over, advanced the Castigator and the Zephyrim over just to kind of nudge in this line and be on this objective, try and take this flank. The Zephyrim flew over and then got a 7 on the charge. Didn't quite do enough. I did pop a CP to give me Lance, but didn't quite kill the unit. So at least I've pushed them off this corner. I've just been really brave with everything here. Both of these units have advanced forward, charging towards the middle, which is kind of thematic for charging out of the desert to try and take out these dirty Necrons. So let's see. Right, Necrons turn 1. Talk us through what happened. You obviously got 5 points on the primary here.
Yes.
Because them's the rules.
Them's the rules. So over here, the unit that was here, I gave them the Worthy Foe +1 to the wound roll.
Okay.
Reanimated these guys, so whatever was lost pretty much.
It's almost like I did nothing to them now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bloody Necrons.
So pulled them back. I moved these guys over here with the intent to charge. Moved these guys through, but this wasn't needed because they shot them.
Just Immortals shooting is just miserably horrible.
And that's only a 5-man unit. So
I know. You can give them like move, shoot, move as well, which is just wild.
All of the little silly character attachments. Move these guys up here because this is going to be a big blob to deal with.
I'm just going to have to leave that alone
at some point.
That's horrible. Look at that. Yeah.
And then this guy moved round and took out, was it two
Battle Sisters?
Two Battle Sisters.
Judith and Karen.
Judith and Karen.
Yeah, they're gone.
It's an army of Karens.
Whoa.
They've all got the bob. Yeah, so he kind of...
So, okay, over to Sisters round 2. Let's see what I can do. But I do hold an objective. Let's crack on. Yeah, so Sisters turn 2. I had to go now because otherwise I would be really pushed out. So basically moved up, had 2 units here, moved up the Battle Sisters, so a few of them were on the objective. These 2 melters just could see through to shoot this Jeff. The Sacrosancts came over, and with Alma as well. Incredibly lucky, they actually made a 9-inch charge across here. Didn't have any CP, anything to reroll, which was great because they'd gotten into the horrible Immortals. Sacrosancts killed off the Immortals to a man, and Alma basically drew a Blessed Blade and killed out your Overlord.
Yes.
The tank came around, the Zephyrim flew over, got overwatched, managed to save it with the Miracle Dice, came back, deep strike some Zephyrim in here, so burned off some warriors, burned off a few of these, and shot it, but there is still one of these guys left, which will be a battle shock in a moment. You rapid ingress these death marks at the back, trying to snipe out my characters, naughty. So quite a bloody turn, really. So Necrons end of turn 2. You have got 5 points in the primary because you were on this one over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rather painful for me. Talk us through what happened.
So I moved this guy over here, got his wounds back up to his full wounds. Unfortunately, he battle shocked, but then I moved Doomstalker over here, and then I tapped the agenda here, the territorial imperative with these guys.
XP for them, yeah.
For these guys. Yeah. These guys came down,
yeah,
and then these guys came across.
Shuffle forward. And
then moving on to my shooting, the Doomstalker chipped away at the unit of Sisters here.
Sacrosancts, yeah.
Sacrosancts. These guys then chipped at the Battle Sisters at the back, and then these guys came in and finished off. Massive charge in the middle here.
Yeah.
Wiped the unit.
Well, you did a strat, didn't you? A free strat with your Overlord.
Oh, yeah, with
the precision.
Precision. Took them out first.
2 damage, double 6s.
Yep.
Alma was just... And I was like, oh, I'll go up to a... Her rule is I'll go up to a 2-up invuln this fight phase. Should be absolutely fine. Precision, 2 dev wounds. Oh, right, great. Yeah, thanks fine.
Done.
And the entire 35 attacks slaughtered through the rest of them. So those 3 units in the middle got absolutely decimated. So, yeah. On the other hand, there is some swords that have deep striked here or rapid ingress. So we'll see. I've got another little trick. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so Ender Sisters turn 3. I think I didn't get a lot on primary either because you murdered everything rather rudely. just shuffled the tank ahead. So I had a big problem in the middle. I had to deal with electric cars. So basically the tank moved over, the Zephyrim here kind of moved to the other side of the building, these Zephyrim here moved around, shot, put everything in the middle. I just managed to get one Seraphim of this unit on here and turned this one off as well. So now these three middle are all off, basically. And then shot everything I could at the Lich Guard. Took them down to what, 4 models?
Yeah.
4 models left, yeah. And basically had to charge you. Popped everything I could on this giant Zephyrim unit, made them lethal hits, sustained hits with their ability, gave them also the Blade of St. Eleanor on the leader to dev wounds. So it did everything, killed the whole unit except the Overlord who's standing there.
On 1 wound.
On 1 wound. Very rude of you, yeah. So it's quite bloody. Luckily I'm behind this big ruins here, so I can't actually be shot by all these death marks and things back here. So we'll see what happens in Necron's turn 3. Summarise the brutality you just did to me in your turn 3 again.
Okay, movement wise, he kind of stayed there. And the warriors kind of
turned this quantum shield back on, didn't you?
Yeah, I turned this on.
Yeah.
These guys fanned out a little bit, so I could pop some shots off into this unit. It was here. The Praetorians moved up this way, and then my Death Marks moved across to
shoot the edge of the tank.
The tank.
That's what they could see. Yeah.
With regards to shooting, we kind of whittled down the unit in the middle.
Oh yeah.
And then they done a bit of a cheeky tank shock with the Doomstalker and finished off.
Stood on them with your crab claws, basically.
Yeah, speared them through, War of the World style. And then the charge with the Praetorians come in and finished them off.
Praetorians have killed like 3 units now.
Yeah.
They're really good.
MVPs.
So my poor second Canoness is also, I'll roll her battle scars in a minute, as well as the Zephyrim. So very class cannon, my army at the moment. But in terms of reference points, because it was the charge fave that got them onto this one, that's not off yet. This one, that's been turned on. So we've got 2 and 2, haven't we? 2 that are on, that one, and 2 that have been turned off in terms of the turning off the quantum shielding. So, sisters, I haven't got much left. Let's see where we go. So, summary of sisters turn 4 at this stage. I've not got a lot left. The tank moved round. Some Zephyrim moved over. Basically just flamed and shot all of the Praetorians. I think I managed to kill the Praetorians and flamed most of these, but you've got 1 guy left over there, which is very lucky, and charged this in to try and tie it up. Obviously did nothing in combat, but you managed to skewer 1 with your feet on the way through. So just barely hanging on here, we both know, I believe.
Yes.
Over to Necrons round 4, sorry.
Round 4. So I stayed there, turned the objective off.
On. You want it on, I want it
on. Reanimated these guys, got 2 back, and they moved over here.
But you did spend your CP on Insane Bravery because otherwise you would have lost some points there. Yeah.
And then these guys have moved down.
Yep.
Chipped some damage off your tank.
Quite a lot of damage.
Yep. And then these are in constant eternal battle where no one's.
I did no wounds. You did no wounds. Yeah, lovely. That was great. Cool. Sister's last turn. See what happens. So end of the sisters round 5 basically now. I just can't kill this, whatever this thing is in the middle.
Doomstalker.
It's just annoying. So I decided, it was a bit of a complicated mathematics to see which way to do it, but I decided to fall back the sisters. So one of them was on the objective here to turn that one off, and then move this other sister here, because if I could kill these Necrons around the back, I could take that one off him entirely. However, this guy, Doomstalker, popped off, overwatched me on 5s, rinsed like 4 of that unit, completely murdered them basically, so that wasn't good. But in return, I retreated the tank around this side and killed the Death Marks, which would have just jumped on the objective. So, bit of maths to work out, and the Necron's last turn.
Yep.
end of round 5?
Yep.
End of game, basically. We're going to do some maths, but what happened?
So I moved Doomstalker from here to here, turned this objective on.
Yes.
And then I shot.
Mercilessly shot all them.
Leaving that unit down with 1.
Yeah, but you couldn't turn both on.
Yeah, couldn't turn both on.
So there's, and then there was a little bit of combat across the wall there, which didn't make it up. So basically, we've got at the end of the battle, the 2 in the middle on, and the 2 of the quantum shields either side have been turned off by the sisters. So we'll just do a bit of maths and a bit of pointage there. It did mean by me moving off this one rather foolishly that Nathan got 10 in the primary. So you're ahead on the primary of this, but let's do the maths and come back.
So that was a very intense battle. It was a very bloody battle.
You killed my canonesses.
Yeah, we did. I think at the end we both had 2 units left.
I had 2 ladies with jump packs.
Yeah.
My tank was hiding in a corner.
Yeah, because it was scared. It was very scared.
Well, you did that Doom. What's it called?
Doomstalker.
Just wouldn't die. Necron vehicles. Outrageous.
I'm going to spend the next 6 RP just bringing 6 of them.
More vehicles. 6
of them.
Well, Ben's list has got like 3 vehicles already. Just can't kill them.
Yeah. But no, it was a very intense battle, very close.
But what was it on the primary? So Nathan outscored me on the primary initially, but at the end of the game for the vehicle. So I think you got 30 overall on holding, which makes sense because I'm coming at you, and then I got 40 overall on holding, and then 20 overall on holding, but then you get, I think, is it 20 points for?
I got 15 points for every objective that was turned on.
Left on, yeah, and I got 20 for everyone that was
turned off.
So basically it's 60-60. It was a draw.
It was. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, well, yes, thank you. But it makes sense because your 2 games now, your forces are holding the tomb.
Yeah, we're holding the tomb. We're keeping the Imperial scum out of our beautiful tomb.
Not pushing out yet. Maybe you're just biding your time. You're just defending the.
I want to see what the other Necron forces is doing. Are they going to come to aid?
Yeah, that's fair.
Or support? So I'm kind of a bit like, okay, what's going on? And we are waking up, a million years of sleep. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a bit of a slow start.
I reckon also it's probably because the PDF and us didn't go together. The sisters was a bit hot-headed. Maybe if we did it together, we might have had a better. Yeah,
typical bureaucry.
Maybe we should have done this. Done, but no, typical Imperium. But hey, look, until next time, that's basically the end of phase 1. And stay tuned for more.
All Out War.
Yeah.